Hello and welcome back to Asia Now. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend. In this video, I'll tell you about influencer fakes disappearance and remarries in Thailand, peeping Tom caught filming women by co-workers, two Filipina women arrested in Singapore, find out what they did, tourist boat capsizes taking the lives of 37 in Vietnam, and much more. I want to start out by thanking every single viewer, subscriber, and supporter of the channel. For the last 3 videos, we reached an average over 10,000, which is wonderful. So thank you guys for all that. Here's our main story. A popular Malaysian influencer was reported missing after his car was found submerged in a river, sparking a large underwater search. Surprisingly, he was actually alive and well, and not even in the country during the search. Authorities later discovered that he had left Malaysia and gone to Thailand to get married again. The influencer's young brother had filed a police report claiming he went missing while heading to fix a car, but during the rescue operation, police noticed inconsistency and suspected something was off. It was later revealed that the missing man had abandoned his wife's car in the river to fake disappearance. Both he and his brother eventually admitted to the staged act and are now under investigation for filing false report. You know, we've all done some weird things to meet a woman or to be with a woman, but I just don't understand people that are too cowardly to break up with a relationship and go get married in another country. It's just crazy. So let me know if you're brave enough. What is the craziest thing you've done for a woman or to meet a woman? I think one time, you know what, maybe I'll save that story from for a different day. Let's go on to our next story. Next up, a 33-year-old man in Cebu City was arrested after allegedly filming a female engineer while she was changing clothes inside a construction site barracks at South Road Properties. The suspect, identified as William Canyaon, reportedly admitted to missing his wife and frequently watching explicit content. He worked as a safety marshal and was caught in the act by 2 co-workers. Although he deleted the video, the police plan to charge him under the Anti-Photo and Video Voyeurism Act. Man, this guy is like 2 steps. He's playing mind games. He's playing 4D chess. He's already thinking about his wife, unlike that CEO that got caught cheating. This man's already thinking, babe, listen, I missed you so much. That's why I did it. You know, I love you, so we can't get divorced. Come on, man. What are you doing? Especially as a safety marshal, people are trusting you in that position. This man going around looking into booty hole. And then 2 Filipino women, Alyssa Riva Fernan and Elmira Joy Torres, were jailed in Singapore on July 17th for using fake university diplomas to obtain employee passes. They worked for 15 months at CL Enterprise, a company running Mr. Fix retail stores. Fernan received a 4-week sentence, while Torres got 6 weeks for multiple charges. Singapore Ministry Manpower stressed the seriousness of the offense, as the fake documents gave them jobs that could have been going to qualified applicants. Of course, you can't be going around to different countries faking documents, especially when it comes to international travel, right? There's a very strict process you got to go through, and it's not fair for the locals nor those people that go to university for 4 months or 4 years. 4 months, can you imagine? University for 4 months. Anyways, some fine Joey just walked by, got me a little nervous. What are you saying, girl? How you doing? Anyhow, I don't want to get caught for unjust vexation, right? Like the guy from yesterday. It's okay to think to yourself, but when you say it out loud, that's when the problem occurs. I'll get to more comments about yesterday's video later on at the end of this video. Next up, rescuers were desperately searching for 5 people still missing on Sunday after 37 were deceased when a boat capsized in one of Vietnam's most popular tourist destinations in Ha Long Bay. A sad tragedy. Ha Long Bay is beautiful and there's a lot of boats going there. Some do 1-night or 2-night cruises as well. One thing about a lot of these things, obviously you can't blame the tourists, but like I've always, whenever I get on a boat now, I look for life jackets, make sure there's enough life jackets. I don't really know the details on how they were deceased, but like if you're going to these day excursions, sometimes they pack in as many people as possible. Obviously, the more people, the more money. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and your safety. If you don't see enough life jackets, maybe ask and maybe they can bring some on board. I don't really know how to put a positive spin on this. May they rest in peace. Next up, a mother and her 9-year-old son who got lost in remote California forest while on their way to a Boy Scout camp were rescued after search crew found notes the pair had left behind. All right, so you had a piece of paper in your bag, a pen, duct tape, and all that, but you didn't have a compass, especially as a Boy Scout mom and a remote forest. What does a camp do in a remote forest? Something sounds fishy in this story, but I'm not really sure what it is. Maybe you guys can help me if it's true. Kind of weird. And then a Delta airline plane was forced to make an emergency landing on Friday, July 18th after one of its engines caught fire during takeoff from LA International Airport. Footage obtained by Reuters captured flames shooting from what appeared to be an aircraft left engine at a Boeing 767 as it seconds over Los Angeles. As it seconds, guys. Ascends as it ascends, not seconds. Come on, man. Learn how to read, bro. Plane landed safely with emergency crews already positioned on the tarmac. No injuries were reported among passengers or crew. And then heavy rainfall and flooding in the past few days have prompted disaster officials in Cebu City to declare a state of calamity to effectively assist residents displaced by the bad weather, crazy weather in Cebu, of course, that time of the year again. Let's shift to some more positive news. A travel website from the UK has named world-famous Boracay Island as the 10th best beach in the world in 2025. Boracay makes the list quite often. I've never actually been to Boracay, surprisingly, or maybe not, because I've always thought it was like a tourist place and there's so many other beaches in the Philippines since I lived there long term. I guess it makes sense if you're coming here for like 1 or 2 weeks and you want to see one of the best beaches. I just feel like the prices are obviously really inflated and there's just so many people. It kind of takes away from the serenity of all those other beaches that the Philippines has to offer. And more positive news and bragging rights, People's Champ Manny Pacquiao Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios match ends in a majority draw after 12 rounds on the WBC welterweight title bout in Las Vegas. Filipinos love Manny Pacquiao and I'm sure they're happy to know he didn't lose that fight. And now for our feel-good moment of the day. Check this out.
Milin ไม่ได้เป็นไรกลัวโต๊ะหักขาโต๊ะมันไม่ไหวลูกเดี๋ยวเก้าอี้หัก
รู้แล้วว่ารักใช่ไหม
โอ้รักหนูลูกโอ้จะอุ้มไม่ได้ลูกอุ้มไม่ได้โต๊ะหักเดี๋ยวโต๊ะหักขึ้นมาทำไงเดี๋ยวโต๊ะหักขึ้นมาทำไงหนูโอ้โหแล้วอะไรเนี่ยเสื้อผ้าเพิ่งซื้อ
โอ้
รักอยู่ที่ดีแล้วไม่ต้องไปจะไปทำไมล่ะ
Mei Ling just wants a hug, man. The elephant just like, give me a hug, man. It's a big baby, right? So I'm glad the chair didn't break. Before we talk about yesterday, today, I was in bed last night editing my video and I was like munching on cherries, which I've been doing for the past couple days. And at some point I realized I'm eating a lot of cherries and my stomach was hurting a bit. I'm like, let me Google this. Let me chat GPT to see how many cherries are too many cherries. In the first sentence, all I saw was 20 to 40 and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. I ate 20 cherries just walking to my bed from the fridge. So yeah, that is my little story. I don't know what I'm trying to say about that. I'm just, I guess, trying not to feel like a fat slob. But that's my story. I had to get it off my chest. 20 to 40? Who's out here eating just 20 cherries? Like, it's like Pringles, right? They say the recommended portion of the back of the bottle is only like, I don't know, 3 or 5 chips or something ridiculous. First of all, Pringles, when I was a kid, Pringle chips were like big. Now they're like little baby things. Secondly, Pringle chips are no longer potatoes. They're just like starch. Like, I don't even know, it's just chemicals. If you look at the back of Pringles, potato is usually not the first ingredient, which is kind of scary. What am I talking about? I don't know. Not a very busy day in the news. It is Sunday, so bear with me as I read some of the most popular comments regarding our previous video. Thomas says, sadly, he was treating her as a bar girl. Not all women in Angela City allow poor conduct. There's a time and a place to be aggressive, not early morning, especially to a young lady out exercising. Hello, go to the walking street and avoid being called a pervert. Curtis says, you know who that is? The guy who is harassing joggers. That's King Expat, who used to have YouTube channel harassing women. He got banned from YouTube. He's a horrible person. Cool, I had no idea he had a YouTube channel, but I guess he does, and I'm glad he's not making any videos. Private Citizen says, the kind of girl he's looking for just got off work and was home sleeping, not out jogging at that hour. True. And lastly, Spot says, it was rude but not a crime in my opinion. Unfortunately, it is a crime. In the Philippines, there's something called the Safe Space Act, which doesn't allow women to be hollering at ladies. If they file a complaint, they don't like you for just hitting on them, you can get in trouble like this dude. So be careful who you approach, how you approach them. Of course, this is not gonna stop me, for example, talking to random women, but I think you gotta read the room. And if you're gonna do it like respect. The people don't mind being approached and saying hello, but I don't know how he conducted himself. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's that. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Baby got big cojones, man.